We live, we back, man. Welcome back to the Golden Goose DFS show. I'm your host, if you don't know, Chandler Blakely, aka Goose. We are the leaders in single entry 3 max and 20 max content. But listen, man, if you don't play those style of contests, it's perfectly fine. If you're just playing NBA DFS in general, this is one of the best spots you can be in. Trust me, you will not be sorry. Hit that subscribe button. Turn your notification bell on so you can be here rocking with me when the videos and content drop. Also, y'all do me one small favor. We knocking on the door of 100 likes. We keep getting like 89, 93. We right there. Do me one small favor, man. Everybody in the sound of my voice, just one quick, small gesture of kindness. Hit that like button. It's greatly appreciated. I appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in, all right? This is my starting 5 series. If you don't know, well, I bring you 5 plays that's more than likely going to be in my player pool on DraftKings and FanDuel. And I always say more than likely because this is the NBA, man. You get late scratches, guys ruled out after lock, all tons of news. So this is not the sport you can set your lineup and forget it. It's not football. You can't set your lineup now and you good. You're going to have to tune to it all day and look and watch for the news because even if somebody is not ruled out in your lineup, a lot of times better plays open up, man. So you want to be... follow some news guys on Twitter, whatever the case may be. You need somewhere you get the alerts and get the news when it happens. All right, you're going to lose a lot of money not being tapped in with NBA. But enough of that, man. Let's give you what you came for. Before we do that, we got the lineup review. Going over my best lineups from yesterday's slate. Let's talk about it, all right? Yesterday's slate was a rough one, man. Too much Chris Paul for me. Too much Jackson Davis did not give you a score you needed. This is my best lineup right here. With my highest scoring lineup, 270 here in the $1.20 max. As you can see, got Fox up top at 5% on. Gave me 49 fantasy points here, and a shocker as they lose to the Hornets here. Josh Giddey at 24%, gave us 43 fantasy points. Solid outing from him. Got to some Lou Dort here. I tried to get those cheaper pieces in that Thunder Celtics game because it had such a high total and was expected to be a competitive game. So I got the plenty of Dort. Dort was like one of my sneaky value pieces on yesterday. Didn't get to too much Giddey, but got him here in this lineup. They were both solids in a great game yesterday. I enjoyed watching that one. Power forward, Najee Marshall here, 13% on. Once Trey Murphy got ruled out, like everybody else, I thought he could be in line for a few more minutes. Got him at 13% here, only 14 fantasy points from him. Got to Embiid, man. You just had to. First game back, Bulls are horrible against Suns. He dominates Andre Drummond. All of the above. Embiid at 35% on. Gave you 74 fantasy points, your highest score on yesterday's slate. Then Chris Paul, of course, wet the bed for me. Got to some Cody Martin here still once I saw him into the starting lineup. I knew that would affect him a little bit, especially being in the starting lineup with guys like Rozier who going to get his shots no matter what. Rozier had a big game, so that definitely keeps Cody Martin down here. Only 17 fantasy points from him. And then Jackson Davis, 60% on, only 22 fantasy points. Not that big of a game. I told y'all yesterday it's a tough matchup, man, against Orlando, but just the pricing, you had to kind of go to it. Didn't work out for us, but let's see what we did on FanDuel. Similar over here, just a single entry on FanDuel. I just do one lineup on FanDuel a night now. They hanging on by a thread. Ja Morant over here, 46 fantasy points at 23% on. Chris Paul, once again, 19 fantasy points. Definitely let you down. Malachi Branham, just trying to get a value piece. He got injured here in this game, so nothing you can really do about that. That really hurt me in this lineup. If he don't get injured, we probably cash here, but only 4 points for him. Lou Dort got him at 11% on, 32 fantasy points over here on FanDuel. Franz Wagner, 15% on, got you 38. Banchero was actually the better play. The first time I don't go to Banchero and try Franz Wagner out. Banchero had a bigger game, but it's perfectly fine. Got a Najee Marshall over here as well at 6% on, gave you 16 fantasy points. Trace Jackson Davis. DeMontis Sabonis at 35% on gave us 43 fantasy points. And then Nick Richards down here 11% only gave me 28. Like I said, rough outing yesterday. But let's get back on track today. Monster 10-game slate. Could have been a 12-gamer. DraftKings them dropped the last 2 games. So we got this nice 10-gamer here. Let's get into this breakdown. At the top, point guard. Listen, you don't have to ride with me on this one. I'm going Damian Lillard once again. Listen, I know it's a tough pill to swallow. I get it. He let us down last time out. Or let me down. Y'all might didn't play him. I've been playing Damian Lillard here of late, and it's just been killing me. But it's the same game we done seen the past couple of weeks. This Bucks-Pacers game. Highest total on the slate. I just gotta believe Lillard can't continue to shoot this bad, man. Look at the last time out, man. I 3 of 16, 1 of 9 the last time they played, man. Only gave 30 fantasy points, man. I just gotta think he has a big shooting night in here soon. He's too good of a shooter. This is too good of a spot, man. High total game. I just think Damian Lillard finds the stroke, pause, here in a moment, man, and just gets his shot going. I'm going to roll the dice with him and play him. There's plenty of pay-up guards you can get to, man. I love Trey, SGA, you can Tyrese Halliburton, all of them, but I gotta just take some shots on Damian Lillard here. This is just me. Like I said, y'all ain't gotta follow with me on this one, but I'm gonna have some Damian Lillard tonight at 8,800 in this matchup. All right. At the shooting guard, I'm going right back to Emmanuel quickly here. 6,400. The price is coming up. Don't think it moved up quite enough, man. Only got 28 minutes in his first game over here with the Raptors. I gotta think they want to get him to 30 plus, especially the way these Raptors guys play minutes over here. Got into some little foul trouble early on, kind of kept him down, hurt his first half rotation, but he still was solid 31 fantasy points, man. I don't mind going right back to quickly here. I don't think he's priced up enough just yet. I think we see him move into like the middling 7s, maybe even push low 8s in this roster with the Raptors. We have to see how it goes. Like I said, it's still a lot to be worked out. It's a lot of usage to go around between him, Siakam, and Barnes. So we'll see how it play out. But I still think he's kind of too cheap, and I think he can get over that 30-minute threshold. Give me some Isaiah quickly. Like the matchup against the Grizzlies here. At the small forward, won't look at Benedict Mathurin. Now, we're going to need that injury news. We saw he came through for us last time in this same spot, but he got extra minutes, and he was playing well too. But he got extra minutes because Nembhard left the game. He's questionable coming in here. If Nembhard is out, maybe Mathurin moves into the starting lineup. We have to see, but he's definitely going to play minutes off the bench. But we're going to need that Nembhard news. If Nembhard plays, I may fall back from Mathurin a little bit, and you could get some Bruce Brown back, so I may fall back again. But those 2 and 3, because those 2 and 3 positions with the Pacers, man, those minutes can go to anybody. They have too many guys that look the same. Mathurin, Hill, Nembhard. If Brown come back, it is just too many guys right there, and they just kind of play the hot hand. So if Brown and Nembhard is in, we have to dial it back and try to see where else we can go. But right now, if we get those guys out, I'm definitely taking some shots on Benedict Mathurin. At the power forward spot, OG Anunoby. I like the small forward, power forward eligibility over here with the Knicks. I would take it, 5,600 here. We saw him step right into big minutes for this Knicks team, man. Right into the starting lineup, 30-plus minutes. I don't see why he can't see that again here in this spot with the Bulls. I like OG Anunoby. He's a solid contributor. There's some middling value right here against these Bulls at 5,600. And at the center spot, man, I want to look at Alfred Sengun, 8,900. Nice spot for him here going against the Nets. I'm not really worried about the defense of Claxton. Sengun has just been playing solid, man. I like him here in this spot at 8,900. It's the center position is kind of rough today, man. If you don't want to pay up all the way to Giannis, it's not a lot of security out here, man. You got Sengun, I think is the better pay-up option outside of Giannis, but then Drummond is 8,400, Siakam 8,200, Holmgren's up to 8K. Like, it is tough over here at center today, man. I like Sengun, though, the most well-rounded center person. The most well-rounded person at the center position outside of Giannis, in my opinion. I like going to Sengun at 8,900. There you have it, just starting 5 for DraftKings. Damian Lillard, Isaiah Quickly, Benedict Mathurin, OG Anunoby, and Alfred Sengun. Get you some exposure to these guys. Get them in your player pools. They for sure going to be in mine, all right? So go take a look at FanDuel and see what I'm feeling over there. At the top, man, want to look at Trae Young, 10-3. Like I said, it's plenty of good guards up here. The slate is loaded. Halliburton, Trae Young, SGA, Ja Morant. It's plenty of ways you can go. I like a little bit of all of them. Give me some Trae Young in this matchup against OKC. This should be a good game. I'm excited about watching this one too. Give me Trae Young at 10-3. You know what he's capable of. Coming off a monster performance last game out, 40 real-life points. They're going to need him here in this matchup against the Thunder. I like taking some shots on Trae Young. At the shooting guard, I want to look at Donovan Mitchell, man. 10-4. Going against the Washington Wizards, gravy matchup. It's him back there. Still no Garland, still no Mobley. This is point Donovan Mitchell. I expect him to continue to do his thing here in this spot against the Washington Wizards. If they can somehow keep it close, man, Donovan Mitchell can push for his ceiling performance here in this spot. Nothing to worry about over there for the Wizards. Give me some Donovan Mitchell at 10-4. At the small forward, staying with Benedict Mathurin. A little $200 cheaper over here on FanDuel. Everything I just said on DraftKings applies over here. We're going to need that injury news, need that starting lineup news. If Nembhard and Brown is out, just sign me up for Benedict Mathurin. If they're playing, like I said, we'll adjust accordingly, maybe get somewhere else. At the power forward, I don't mind going back to Metu over here for $4,600 on FanDuel. DraftKings bumped the price up to $5,100. I think he's still in play over there, provided he starts. KD should be out. They could change the starting lineup. You definitely have to pay attention to it. But if Metu is still in the starting lineup, I definitely have interest in him over here. On FanDuel for $4,600. He only played like 24, 25 minutes last game, but he still got you 23, 24 fantasy points. If we see those minutes tick up and he pushed 30 minutes in this spot, he can definitely give you a big game and outperform his salary right here at $4,600. I definitely take some shots on Metu, provided that he's in that starting lineup for the Suns. And at the center, man, I'm staying with Alfred Sengun, 9,200. It's the same thing over here on FanDuel, man. The center position is tough. It's a lot of shaky plays. Like, nobody is secure over here in this center. It's nobody you can just be like, yeah, that's my guy. We could get some Doo-Wop Reith back. Now, that'll definitely change up the center position, give you some value there. People are going to go to him if he's back playing. But pay-up options, man, just give me Sengun, 9,200. Love to match up against these Nets. There you have it, man. Your starting five for FanDuel. Alfred Sengun, Chimezie Metu, Benedict Mathurin, Donovan Mitchell, and Trae Young. Get you some exposure to these guys. Get them in your player pools. They for sure going to be in mine, all right? That's going to do it for us here today, man. Y'all know the motto. Chances make champions. Y'all green up. I'll catch y'all next time, all right? Let's get it.